broke it down.
Wow. That was a really, really cool track. I'll put that in the description. So welcome to Copas Chez Gabriel number 5. This is the 5th installment, and we have a pretty cool show tonight. I'm pretty excited. So this genre, this kind of music, if you're not familiar, is called dub tech. It's dub techno. Me personally, I have never been super. I think techno is pretty terrible. I think techno music is pretty terrible. If you ask my close friends in our group chats, it's kind of every now and then I go into random techno rants where I just bash techno music. It's kind of impossible for me. It's really hard for me to believe when I see these warehouses and really cool venues full of really, quote unquote cool, Europeans and stuff, full of people dancing to what sounds to me like absolutely insufferable, unlistenable music. It sounds god awful most of the time, right? And anyway, let's not go down that route, because that's not fun for me to just talk about how much I hate techno music. This is a different kind of sort of techie music, which I think is really, really cool. I basically saw a video essay about it, and it's deeper and a bit darker and slower than techno, and it kind of takes its roots from kind of Jamaican dub music, and it's really cool. I think it's really groovy. Obviously, later, it's a good sort of preamble kind of preamble kind of music to get the night started, right? If you're doing sort of a deep kind of dark kind of vibe, which is clearly my thing, right, with the candles and stuff. So, but later on in the night, obviously you want a bit more action, a bit more life. But I think to start the night, I think it's fantastic, and I'm really, really into it. And we're going to listen to some more dub tech tonight. And let's get into it. So let's start off with the first topic of the night, which is Wales. Yeah, that's her name, Grace Wales Bonner. Okay, so let's start off with this chick who I think is pretty cool. I basically came across, I'm not sure how I came across this video. What happened was I came across this really cool video, which we're going to look at, a magazine curated by Grace Wales Bonner. This is by Alexandre Silberstein. Il est un réalisateur, directeur, photographeur. On va Qu'est-ce qu'il dit? Il dit simultanément et depuis 10 ans, il collabore à l'identité de marques de luxe et de mode réalisant des vidéos et des expériences visuelles pour Uniqlo, Copernic, JM Weston et Bureau Futur. Alexandre vit et travaille à Paris. So that's the guy, right, who's helped direct this, and his production studio, or one of the production studios he might collaborate with, is 1718 Paris, which is a very cool, very, very cool video production studio, kind of art direction studio, which I've been very impressed by. I looked at some of their work. We might get into their work in another video, but that's the studio, right? Alexandre Silberstein, and 1718 Paris. All right, so let's look at this video, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. What do you think? I thought that was pretty interesting. I like the tracking. I think that's quite cool. And I haven't edited this video yet, obviously. I filmed the monologue, and then over the following days, I put all the footage together and put it in, edit it and put it together. But I might do this exact same, I might do this tracking thing with some of the footage that we're gonna look at and the pictures we're gonna look at tonight. So I thought that was pretty cool. If you are interested, that'll be linked in the bio. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this woman. She seems pretty interesting. So check this out. Grace Wales Bonner launched her eponymous label in 2014 following her graduation from Central St. Martin's. Established as a menswear brand, Wales Bonner's Soulful Tailoring, soon expanded to women's wear. In 2015, she was awarded Emerging Menswear Designer at the British Fashion Awards. In 2016, following her first solo runway presentation, Ezekiel, she received the LVMH Young Designer Prize. That, by the way, I was just looking this up, that comes with £300,000 or dollars. Where did I just see that? She received the LVMH prize comprising 300,000 euros and a year-long mentorship from executives at the French luxury conglomerate. Damn. I guess that 300K really isn't that much in the scope of how cost-intensive this industry is, isn't it? But still very cool. And a little bit about her. Born in southeast London to a Jamaican father and English mother, Wales Bonner uses her mixed-race heritage as a key reference in her collections. Her work explores representations of black male sexuality and identity through exceptional craftsmanship and embellishments. She studied at Central St. Martin's, and then a couple other facts here. So yeah, studied at Central St. Martin's. It must be a pretty cool school. I keep hearing about that place, and that would be pretty cool to go there. I don't think I wouldn't. That'd be sick to do some kind of graduate program. You know what I mean? That'd be dope. So yeah, that's a bit about her. She actually has some really cool little videos on her website. Let's check these out.
The wave is very strong at night, so I have to be there at day or in the evening. You see all different type of color: yellow, white, blue, purple. The sky is pretty when the night is come down and the water get bluer. The saint is just be a saint.
A bit esoteric, that one. Excuse the Jamaican accent. It's because I've been watching. I've done a pretty intense amount of research for this episode. All right, so I'm trying to put you all onto some cool stuff. So I'm watching lots of Jamaican footage and accents and stuff. So that's where that's coming from.
No, it's me I go see a beautiful view.
Not bad. Strong shapes on that one.
You know what is the meaning of that? Natural living. It's all about life. You know what is the meaning of that? Natural living. It's all about life.
Natural living. It's all about life. The Jamaican accent, I'm not sure if that's a Jamaican accent. It kind of sounds like it, or Caribbean at least. That is, I love the accent's great, isn't it? It's very charming. So yeah, so that's the woman. And yeah, she's basically just been on the mind. I've been seeing some of, I saw this cool campaign that we just watched, and then she also had another. I was just scrolling the web and I saw these new Adidas that she has put out, which are pretty cool. What do you guys think of these? Yeah, this is the best pick. I think they're really cool. I think they're really, really cool. I went to Paris in December to see my cousin who's studying cuisine in Paris, and it was pretty cool to see. I was doing okay with the fits, right? I was wearing kind of a little my 1970s Vietnam green kind of torn up camp jackets, kind of a army sort of camp field jacket. That's what it's called. I was wearing that and some blue denim and some loafers, kind of a typical fit. And I saw all these. Obviously, this was a really well-dressed men in Paris. And I saw some really cool fits. What was surprising to me, what was kind of catching my eye, was the men around Paris were not just. It was almost like they were combining the sort of more formal wear, right? The long coats and the trench coats and the trousers and stuff with funky little retro sneaks, trainers. So they were mixing kind of high and low, which was a really cool look. I also saw some really cool looking men wearing just kind of the full formal look, banging pair of loafers, trousers, beanie, scarf, whole thing, looking fly as hell, looking really wealthy, right? Looking really good. But I also saw, a guy probably my age in a cool green, kind of olive green trench coat, pea coat with some, I think it was some fresh little corduroy or kind of cool, kind of baggier trousers and some kind of Nike, not Cortez, maybe like a Tailwind, right? Like a 70s, 80s, 90s kind of silhouette, green or orange or something. He looked fly. It looks really cool. So that's what that's reminding me of, is kind of mixing this high and low. These guys looked fresh. Mixing kind of the more formal, right? Maybe on top they're wearing like a really kind of formal, little dress shirt, little collar, and then kind of a pea coat, trench coat. And on the bottom they got these kind of old sneakers. It's a really cool look. So she does have a cool aesthetic, which I'm drawn to, and we're going to get into it. She pulls from this sort of Caribbean Jamaican aesthetic, which is really cool. All right, Adidas Originals, Adidas Originals by Wells Bonner, Spring Summer 2021. All right, so 10 months ago. Director Gino Edwards, DP Christopher Brown, color by Kaya Liu. This is on Vimeo.
And I still feel the bass of the studio. A density to it that soothes the aching heart. Continuation of motion.
Wow, I saw this video. I think I saw this a long time ago, but I don't think I saw the whole thing, because I don't remember it being this cool. Let's go back to, Jesus, look at this shot. How about that? That's the best shot. This is the best shot right here. Little samba, maybe samba gazelle, and little horse's hooves kicking up dust in the sunlight. I love it. Yeah, banger of a shot. This is also sick. Great shadows, translucence, luminosity on the wet surface. Never seen horses being clean before. That's kind of cool. Horse's hooves, the reverb, the kind of dubby sound of the horse's hoof. That's sick. Yeah, rest of it is decent. Would have appreciated a bit more. This is cool. I like this backlit. This backlit here. This is quite nice. Nice silhouettes. I'm saying with some of. Yeah, I'm saying this. This seems like a bit of an oversight to me. Maybe it's an aesthetic choice, but I don't find this very visually interesting. I would have found this cooler maybe at dusk or dawn or twilight, kind of a close textural shot with the blue light, the pink light, the orange light. This is just, it's a bit washed out to me. But maybe they're going for sort of a sunlight kind of look. But besides that, that's my only critique. Yeah, so you see that she has quite a cool vision. Seems like a pretty interesting chick. So yeah, all right, so yeah, now you kind of have an idea. You got the dad from Jamaica, the mother from England, right? God, we're about to get into it. Ooh-wee. The Jamaicans, man, the Jamaicans out in the, I think this was the 70s and the 80s that I've pulled all these photos you're about to see from. They were going crazy with the knits and the sweats. Kind of 70s, 80s dance hall Jamaica. And you see, man, these guys never, ever wore slim fit trousers, ever. They stayed in the kind of very baggy, ample fit, pleated. They loved the pleats. You're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about. So this is very, that's a through line in her work. That's not bad. Yeah, so pretty much I dig the reggae, Jamaica, 70s, 80s kind of aesthetic. I think her stuff is pretty cool. And I think that there is a super rich cultural element there out of Jamaica. That's obviously a really interesting culture, from the dialects to the the language, the style. Pretty much, we're about to get into it. Man, the dudes out in Jamaica in the dance hall kind of 70s, 80s era were they might be some of the best dressed men ever. I've been looking at this whole kind of past couple of days, I've been looking at lots of footage and pictures. These motherfuckers were getting fits off like they were getting paid for it. It was crazy. And the interesting thing is, I think that a lot of guys can actually adopt this style because it's not overt. It's actually pretty muted. It's pretty muted and pared down, meaning that even if, like, say you're some white dude like me, or even if you're some, I don't know, really white dude, right? You're from like Wisconsin, or you're an accountant, right? I don't know. I think you can get off the fits as well. I guess you do have to have a bit of swag to you, right? But I'm saying you don't have to be from the islands, right, and be a full-blown Jamaican, Trinidad, Brazilian kind of dude. Like you can just be some regular dude, and I think you can adopt the style. I think you can do it. I think you can do it because it's lots of basic stuff. It's kind of knits, and obviously I'm not the first dude to notice that the dance hall style is sick, and you've got different Stussy and ALD and Bonner and 18 East West, whatever that brand is. You got lots of brands who've tapped in and kind of noticed that it's a really cool style. But damn, they were getting fits off. They really were. It's really, really cool. So we're gonna get into it. So this is a movie which here's a little cool movie that I came across. I was actually doing some research on Chris Contos, the editor of Kennedy magazine. And when I was doing research on him, I came across an interview that he had done. And this woman who introduces him into the interview, she was saying something about this Greek dude who filmed a movie in Jamaica, which became sort of mythical, became pretty famous. What was this dude's name? Yeah, so this guy was Theodoros Bafaloukos. Escribió y dirigió Rockers, la película que hizo por sí sola que Jamaica y el reggae. How much cooler is Jamaica than Jamaica? It's way cooler. Y el reggae les resultaran interesantes a los blanquitos de clase media, a los colgados de sus hijos y a varios grupos punk guitarreros ingleses. He says, fui allí en 75 como fotógrafo independiente para la discográfica Island. Fui con mi amigo, un chico joven de la escena reggae. Hicimos fotos de rostros por toda la isla. Lo encontré interesante y estimulante. So yeah, he basically got tapped into the reggae scene in the 70s. He just got really passionate about the music, and he started going there and taking pics for different record labels, which is pretty cool. He's older now. This guy's like in his 80s, but I guess maybe Contos was inspired by this guy, and that's kind of how I got put onto it. But it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. Supposedly, Rockers is kind of one of, if not the most famous movie out of Jamaica, out of the kind of reggae dance hall scene, which is pretty cool to know about. Yeah, so really, it's kind of one of those. I'm not sure if any of you have ever seen blaxploitation kind of movies, or even like, if you ever have gone to the trouble of watching like Kurosawa or any of these other like super niche kind of film buff director kind of movies. I watched a I watched one by Terrence Malick the other day, who is kind of a legendary cinematographer. You know, he's got a great authorly kind of vision with his films. Much of the time, I find, you know, you're into it, right, for 30 minutes, and then it's like, damn, this is boring, right? This is the narrative sucks, or you know, it's too esoteric, it's too mysterious, it's too implicit, and it's too hard to understand. It's just boring, right? But there's a kind of, you know, you appreciate that there's an artistic vision behind it, and that's a bit of what this has. I would say the movie itself is not great, right? but there, you know, culturally, it's got sort of a cultish kind of following. And you know, I'd say here's what it is. It's perfect for if you're inviting, if you're entertaining, or if you guys are smoking a little weed. I think it's perfect. This would be great to watch high. It'd be great to watch high. And the music is great. The soundtrack is fantastic. If you're inviting people over, it'd be great to have in the background. You know, you guys are kind of having a chat. Oh, what is this shit? This is cool. It'd be great to have in the background. But I'm saying, are you going to sit here and watch this for 1 hour and 40 minutes glued to the screen? Hell no. It's not that good, but it does have it has a cult following because it's got a sort of vibe, it's got an ambiance, it's got a sort of portrayal. Basically, this guy Bafaloukos, his idea was Bob Marley at the time was the biggest reggae star, right? And he was like, all right, I don't want this to have anything to do with Marley, right? Because it's just gonna become a movie about Marley. His kind of opinion was, there's basically a whole other reggae scene, lots of guys who, in his opinion, were as good, if not better, than Marley. So he was like, I want to make a movie about these guys, Burning Spear, Yellow Man, all these kind of other reggae dudes, DJs, who were really, really cool. And, you know, Marley obviously rose to fame because he was super talented, but there was a whole other kind of reggae scene. And that was his kind of idea. I want to show kind of the regular Jamaicans walking around and the everyday life. And supposedly there wasn't really even a script. It was the whole thing was kind of chaos. That, you know, I think the budget was like $500K, and they just kind of went for it. You know, it took, I think Bafaloukos moved there and he was tapped in with the community for like 2 years. And then they filmed it, and it turned out, you know, kind of cool, and it has sort of a cult following. So let's look at some of the shots.
Justice, not nice. Well, man, I'm the Rasta. Well, I have the whole $300, you know. Well, I trust him, I'm broke in a Rasta. Why there, well, you can't hold 200. 200? I'm gonna hold that to the Rasta.
So you see a bit of the style here. How sexy does he look with this little sweater vest? Very, very cool. I would wear that if I had a little summer tan. I could definitely pull that off, but I can't typically show off that much skin. I have a pretty nice physique though, so I can show off a little shoulder, you know what I'm saying?
Right now, Rasta, you want to see me broke, you know, Rasta. What remember about the money the rest I give me, Master?
Well, Rasta, the man know the session because me and Tommy and Bobby and Marcus are working at chune for about a studio in Rasta. Man know the session business, that $20 aside and I get to Rasta.
The man pay 12 people the way that Rasta. I know that Rasta. Just give me money, man.
I will tell man that.
We know that from bigger source, from Bobby know that too.
So we want the money for you.
Rasta not sure, man. Every time I do it, I have no Rasta. No buy a bike, Rasta.
What you do the bike?
Just me want to distribute to Rasta. I sell record, you see. But right now, you like a man go on the business, Rasta.
Yeah, so the dialect is very, very cool. What you're seeing now, there's a couple different versions of this movie on YouTube. I found the highest quality one, which is great because the other ones looked terrible. But the other ones had subtitles, which was really helpful to understand what the hell they were saying. I can't even imagine if you're not a native English speaker, really difficult. So, but the point, what I'm trying to say is, in one of the scenes, not the ones you've seen, one of them, someone says blah blah blah. You know, they use lots of really kind of cool words, which have kind of fallen out out of the popular dialect in I guess the United States or England maybe. I think that's part of it, is that it's this kind of multicultural London English. They use kind of these cool words. One example, vexed. They talk about like don't vex. I think that's something they say in one of the future scenes. They say don't vex, don't get vexed. And vexed is check the definition. Annoyed, frustrated, or worried, right? I'm very vexed with you. No one says vex, right? No one says that, and it's a cool word. Vex, make someone feel annoyed, frustrated, or worried, especially with trivial matters. Oh, interesting. It comes from Old French, vexer, from Latin vexare, shake or disturb. So it's cool, man. There's a linguistic charm to it, which is very cool. So yeah, that's part of it. If you do want to, I think watching the movie from a linguistic point of view is really cool. It's cool to see how they talk. They talk in an interesting way. Check this shirt out. How cool is this shirt? Shit, that's what I'm talking about, man. You guys are gonna see what I mean. Just so many of the shirts, they have such cool style. Check this angle. You kind of get a feel for some of the insignias. Very fresh shirts. Very, very cool shirts. All right, let's keep it moving. Cool little motorcycle scene coming up. Yeah, so Horsemouth is this guy's name. And it's pretty cool. He's basically, it's following him around. He's trying to sell records. He's trying to sell some records and make some cash and kind of create a name for himself.
What sports star? What? Sure, that's a chune in Rasta. Yes, I show me some Jacob Milana. Yes, Rasta, man. Sure. Dreadlocks flying through the air. And Joan Lafayette is love.
I can't get over how fresh this shirt is. And it's not even one of the, actually that's probably one of the coolest ones. There's some really cool ones I'm going to show you guys though. I really like the color palette of this. This is somewhat Wales Bonner aesthetic. You see some of the open track suits and jackets and stuff. This is a great color palette, which I think, I feel like Wales Bonner kind of continued this kind of muted yellow and beige and brown and black. It's very cool.
I know some shouldn't get no money to buy a bike, you know. Because I know I was sitting at the yard.
Wow, daughter.
What, sir?
That's a long time I've had to see you.
Not true?
Oh, I tell you, say, look, well culture, I know. All this thing, I love all that thing.
Yeah, man.
With ice cream and gold. I'm sure it's a long time I don't sell it, right? Come across and come give it a crush now. And you're from the city, man.
This was actually right here. This is actually one of the cooler shots in the movie. Nice, really great nicely composed and nice shapes.
Hello. Is there a smooth there? Look, I've got something to tell you. It's about your bike. It's in the warehouse at 12 King Street.
Oh, Harry. Oh, dirty Harry. Smooth a call there, Rasta. Yeah, I deal with that. I'm on one life up on a business with that, Rasta. So you come to me once a night.
Nice silhouettes. This scene's a bit aggressive, but I do think the shapes, it's kind of cool the way they film this. You have a great some of the dust being kicked up. Check this out. Yeah, like I said, it's a bit much. Sorry to kind of a weird scene to show, but I do think that the shapes are really cool. I like this, the ambiance with the dust. It's a lot of really thick atmosphere. This is cool. I like this. I like the shapes and the light and the shadows. I mean, check this out. The slivers of the trousers. It's, in terms of someone getting their ass kicked, it's a pretty beautiful portrayal of it. This is a pretty funny scene. This white dude's car is broken down, and they're gonna helping him out. And check out this shirt here. How sweet is that? I don't know what this shirt is, but I'm loving it. Little interview magazine, some. That's fucking sweet. That'd be the coolest. Someone would sell this on Grailed or at a thrift store today for $150, no doubt. I would go for big money. He's got the kind of pleated beige. What are these called? Bermudas? I think it's Bermuda. I think I was reading about that today. Great color for the car. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show his shirt. Would love to get my hands on that. I actually just bought, I'll show it on the screen. I just picked up a cool couple new shirts. I sent them to my dad's place in London because the person who's selling it is in England, so cheaper. And I picked up a couple cool little graphic tees. Channel 1, supposedly, first of all, I think just aesthetically, typographically, the shirt is cool, regardless of sort of the significance behind it, right? But secondarily, Channel 1 is one of the key record radio stations, radio kind of spots, where DJs, MCs, reggae artists would perform and record. So very, very cool. And that's where some of these kind of people I'm going to talk about tonight, different photographers and DJs and stuff, they stayed at Channel 1. So pretty cool. I'm pretty pumped about that. I sent three to my dad's house because white tees, unfortunately, I think there's some horrifying statistic that a white tee takes it's something really sad, like 1,000 gallons of water. It's something really terrible. So that's not great, and I'm kind of contributing to that. But anyway, with the pits, the yellowing of the pits, white tees, the lifetime of a white tee isn't great, especially if you're kind of a sweaty guy like me. So I ended up getting 3. So I might give one to my cousin or something, a younger cousin, and I might hang on to 2 of them. Yeah, a couple cool nighttime shots here. Not bad. Good little silhouettes and kind of light flares. Yeah, I think you kind of get my point, right? It's like you're not really watching it for the narrative to like resonate with the characters. It's got sort of a lookbook element to it. Actually, it's a cool little scene report on kind of Kingston and the film is in Kingston. I don't know. It's kind of it's got an ambiance to it. It's cool for like background visuals, and music and linguistics, but not narrative, not plot, Yeah, last shot here. Cool little dust and kind of atmosphere. Check this. How great is that? The guy's shadow kind of being silhouetted in the dusty light beam. That's really cool. All right, yeah. So yeah, really cool little video. If you're gonna roll something up and watch something, I think that's a great option. And if you're gonna have some people over, I think also great for background visuals, cool for linguistics. To adopt some of these kind of. I'm not talking about me talking like I'm from Jamaica, but like, don't vex. I think that's funny. That's kind of cool. It's like, what? No one says that. No one says I'm vexed. I'm kind of vexed right now. Don't vex, man. Don't vex. I think that's really cool. It's cool, the kind of lingo. So yeah, that was a cool little find, kind of a cultish, under the radar little pickup that. So hope I can put you onto that through the show. So yeah, let's get into the last kind of chapter of this kind of Jamaican stylistic little episode. We are going to talk about, this is when I put in the real work. This was my real kind of reconnaissance work. So I was looking into, I think it was from Rockers. I was like, damn, man, these people were dressing cool, kind of the knits and the sweaters. I was like, damn, well, what's the deal? I was kind of looking into, I was kind of Googling. I was at a cafe for like 4 hours. I couldn't stop Googling. I was kind of really tapped in. And I was looking into why were they dressing like this? Why was the dress so cool? With the knits and the sweaters and the open collars, it looks so good. The trousers, I was like, what's the deal? What's the deal with the dance hall kind of style? And I found this Canadian lady whose name is Beth Lesser. It's actually kind of hilarious because I ended up having to. I've been emailing this lady, right? Some older kind of Canadian white lady, and I've been emailing this woman, and basically, she went out to she basically went out to Jamaica with her husband in like the 70s and 80s, and kind of got really not kind of. She basically was a super tapped in as far as foreigners go. She got super tapped into the reggae scene. She made a magazine. She did the whole kind of thing. It was pretty cool. So here's a kind of little intro from her book. What's this book called? Witness to Reggae. All right. So here she goes. In Kingston, the air always felt damp, moist and hot and sticky. Trucks filled the downtown streets with diesel exhaust that mixed with the constant smell of burning trash. Trucks and buses zipped past with people hanging out the back and limbs dangling from every open space. The bus fumes were black and so thick they stuck to your eyelashes. Music blared. Every minibus had its own ghetto blaster. Twice a year, while others headed to beach vacations on the coast, Dave and I, her husband, would hop on the Air Jamaica shuttle from Toronto, Canada to Kingston and hang out in the city core for 2 to 3 weeks and 2 to 3 weeks on end, immersing ourselves in reggae. So pretty cool, and I know it's a bit lame. I've tried. I really did try. I spent an hour and a half kind of looking for, a sort of local Jamaican, perspective from local poets and artists and DJs, and I did find some cool Jamaican poets and famous novelists and writers, and I found it was. I gave it a go. I did. I Googled and I read some little writers. I found this guy who, there's a big kind of London Jamaica connection. I found this guy who was writing about homosexual protagonist in London in the 70s, and he's kind of navigating the upper and lower ends of society. And I tried, man. I read some PDFs, and some of the stuff wasn't available. I tried to get tapped in, and it wasn't really resonating. I read some little Jamaican poets, some half decent stuff, in terms of, who might I say if it's good or not? I'm saying half stuff that, is it a fit for me in my show, right? Is it connecting with me? Is it kind of resonating? This one little poet, peeling an orange rind by the sea, this kind of stuff, got some half decent visuals and kind of sensatory, that's not the word, but you can, touch and smell and taste. I got some half decent, wasn't exactly what I was looking for. And the day my father died, the funeral of my father, and that was the day my mother became alive. I tried, man. I did. I gave it a go. But I ended up ultimately at a foreigner's kind of perspective of Kingston, which ultimately, if you look at it from who I am, right, white dude, right, it's kind of like, it ultimately makes sense that's kind of, as much as I tried to kind of get tapped in with the racial narrative and the black, rising up and the injustice, I ended up, vibing with the portrayal of the white lady from Canada. So it's that kind of is a reminder to me, kind of what my perspective is, right? I'm and in this kind of stuff, as much as I kind of wish I can kind of tap in with Bonner and the kind of Jamaican reggae scene, I'm ultimately, right, I'm still kind of this kind of white dude. So anyway, I can still kind of shed light and still kind of play my part. So let's see. Let's see what she says. So she's a cool little book here, and we'll kind of get into her photos. So she took some really, really, really cool photos with her husband, which is the last little part of the show. So let's get into it. So yeah, like I said, let's kind of preface this. I'm saying I want to see more guys adopting this reggae kind of, I don't even know what the word is, this kind of dance hall Jamaican style. Like, off the top of my head, that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking of, black friend, Asian friend, Mexican friend, white friend. I'm thinking of these different guys I have in mind, and I'm saying all of them can pull off this style, and they would look really sexy in it. And it's a really, really good look. On this topic, you're gonna see a lot of pleated trousers, pleated baggy trousers. I just picked up my first pair of these. I was in A Coruña, and vi un hombre vestido super guay en un like in a trench coat y unos pantalones así, unos trousers kind of pleated, y unos Converse, and he looked really, really fly. Cool physique, kind of a chiseled face, kind of my height, good looking guy. It was like, damn, that guy looks fresh. Kind of an army kind of green trench coat. So I was like, cool, man, cool look. And I just stole the look. I've been doing the kind of trouser, pleated baggy trouser with the Converse, and it's a really, really cool look with the loafers, with the polo, it's fresh. So check out Buddy right here. All right, so how good is this? Right? You got the little polo here. I wouldn't, obviously I can't do the hat, and I don't think any of you can really either. But the trousers are fantastic. You got these cool little espadrillas kind of loafer, fantastic fit. But it got some wide set hips. You got some little you got some wide set hips. Man, I got no hips. I got no ass. So I'm sure that there's some ladies out there who would appreciate their man having a little something. He looks fantastic. He looks really, really good. Yeah, I mean, I saw this. I thought this was quite a cool typography. It's fresh. How about this? First of all, right, not all of us can be motherfucking 6'3", 6'4", nice facial features, great physique. This dude could legitimately model. Really handsome guy. He could be a model tomorrow. But you know, just to get a bit of the style here, you can't be him, but you can adopt some of the style. Great ringer tee. Tee itself isn't. There's some cooler tees I've seen in other picks. Tees, I don't really know what this is. Where's beef? It's okay, right? Typographically, I'm not that compelled by it. But in terms of the ringer, the color palette, it is cool. The fit, right, showing off a bit of bicep. Really handsome guy, this guy. Little sunnies, little rings. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna show you guys more pics. All the guys, that's what it is. It's not just, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's not just, they're not just wearing, that's part of the whole, that's part of the deal, man. That's when you really have style, is when you take 10 guys in a lineup, say they're all kind of a similar physique, all pretty good looking, okay? And they're all in the same outfit, right? The same outfit. And you tell them, okay, you can do what you want with the accessories, right? You can kind of pop this, you can turn down that, you can maybe rip, I don't know. You can kind of wear it down. That's what style is. That's what makes it different. And that is where these guys come into play, man. I mean, his belt isn't even, is he wearing a belt and it's kind of unbuckled? You know, the rings, every guy's got rings, and it's this and it's that, and it's the kind of, they got this kind of sexual, it's all kind of open, the chest kind of popped, the chest kind of flared, you know, it's all very confident, it's very sexy, it's very, very cool, and I'm really enjoying it. You know, this guy here, all right, this is pretty fantastic. I mean, love the rings. You know, this got this cool Espadrilles kind of look. I can't really be wearing these kind of shoes because unfortunately I've got this vampiric zombie looking ass foot that's kind of crusty, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's trying to see that thing. But if you got some nice little Mediterranean looking Algerian black feet, you know, that's a good look for you. So I encourage you to explore it. But great look, you know, trouser, collared shirt, little espadrille, kind of white leather, very cool. You know, not much to say. You know, love the, you know me, man. I got a fetish for the cigs, for the smoke. That's a great look. Love that. Back to Bonner, back to Wales Bonner. This is straight out of a Wales Bonner collection. She's got an affinity for these kind of retro Adidas kind of collared logo, collared polos and kind of rugbies, and we're gonna look at, there's lots of rugbies and knitwear. It's really, really good. So you love, I mean, that's just a great tee. It's a great shirt, man. No stupid little logo, no stupid little pretentiousness. It's just cool. It's just cool. Looks great on him. It's kind of flattering on his shoulders and his pecs. You know, he's got these little, again, you know, another stylistic element, little pen. You see lots of these Jamaican dudes, little pen on the collar, little pen on the pocket. It's a good look. It's a really good look. You know, so cool little shirt here. You know, it's a great fit, man. It'd be great, man. I'm picturing that on the streets of Manhattan or Paris today. It's still working. It's still really, really sexy. Simple, sexy. It's cool. This pic was interesting. I mean, damn, the shirt is fantastic. The shirt is really fantastic. I've seen just in the last week, you know, 300 euro shirts at Fuelsac, at Beige Abayeur, at Drake's London. I've seen charging good money for well-made shirts, right? But this kind of color palette, right? People are still making shirts that look like this today. These kind of muted purples and beiges and yellows and creams and oak and ecru, you know, it's a good looking, it's a great shirt, man. I know lots of guys who look really good in that shirt. You know, ring, trouser, check this. This is kind of ALD, right? These kind of little, I don't even know what to call this. It's kind of twee with little pops of color. It's very cool. Great typography, right? Fantastic. Jamie's Records, St. Lucia. You know, here's the phone number. Kind of a, you know, little artistic hand, kind of doing the what's it called? He's painting. Fantastic rugby here, right? This is Noah. This is Bonner. This is present day. This is fucking great. I would look great in this. This would complement my kind of my very fair, pale complexion. It would look good. It would kind of give me a bit of a warmer tone to me. This is really nice. That'd look good on really any guy, honestly. That's fantastic. That's really, really, and you know, it's just kind of funky. They're kind of stylish, kind of sick. You know, kind of a snakeskin little belt and a little kind of a fishnet. It's like what? You know what I mean? This is a sick little pic, backlit. Stylistically not super interesting, decent little polo here, but a little kid, kind of backlit, little actually it's actually not bad. This actually could be really cool. Wales Bonner could slap her little logo. Or this could be, damn, you know what? This in video form would have been really cool. Picture that. Picture that. Little steam kind of rising. Ooh, that would have been sick, wouldn't it? I know you're picturing it, right? Steam kind of billowing from the iron, and the kid kind of messing around and, I don't know, doing kind of funny little kid stuff. And that's pretty fantastic, man. Right, again, great sense of place. This is a campaign waiting to happen. You got, he's in some little Clark's Wallabies, or Clark's some Dutchie's food shop, chicken, he's kind of posted up. Great little stenciling, little drawings on the bar. They're kind of chilling, yellow and brown and green and kind of, this kind of sun scorched green. Fresh, man. It's very good. It's very, very good. Great sense of place. Great color palette. Again, Bonner-esque in terms of the kind of the complementary color palette. Great, cool look. I mean, great pick. Again, the pen, the kind of towel around the neck, this kind of, Jesus Christ, what a cool little shirt he's got here. It's kind of, it's got a little texture, and it's a little kind of darker green and lighter green and whites and stuff. Great looking wall. Just cool pick. I don't know what else to tell you, man. Just look at it. Love this. Love these kind of details. I'm glad I was able to find these pics in high resolution. That's quite sick. Little ring on the. Kind of why I want a bandana. I want some stuff to just kind of mess around with. That's fantastic. Right. This is what I'm talking about. This is my point, right? You take 10 guys. You give them this exact outfit. It's just like, he's just got it. He's just got a stylistic. He's got a feeling for it. You know what I'm saying? First of all, the color is fantastic. God, look at this color, man. It's like a mulberry wine. God, it's so good, this color. That's fantastic. He's kind of pulling off this clashing green. Imagine this kind of complementary little pink kind of beanie, or kind of, imagine that with a little pink, kind of pinkish, little pinkish red, little bandana around the little complementary color. That's fantastic. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just, instead of having it all kind of buttoned up, and he's kind of like, look at it, he's kind of like, what? What was he looking at? He's got a little hand on the trousers, and the, it's just good. It's just, I'm saying you can't teach that. I'm saying that some people have style, they have a feeling for it, some people don't, right? I'm not saying I do either. I'm just saying I'm trying to, I'm working on it. I'm noticing, and I'm kind of getting a feel for it. This is fantastic. Colored shirt with the orange soda and the rings. That's very cool. That could be a little summer campaign, little photo shoot right there. Again, you get a feeling for the fit of things, right? You got these fantastic trousers, big kind of baggy fit, billowing. Great shirt, Jaw the creator. That kind of banana yellow isn't really going to look good on lighter complexions, but on him it looks fantastic. Again, just cool pick. Kind of the back of this little dilapidated shack kind of residence. Again, right? He's the one kind of getting his pick taken, right? You kind of see Jaw the creator, great shirt, fantastic. But then look at Brian in the background. You know what I mean? Just everybody, right? Everybody and their mother was walking around Kingston just looking fly as hell. How good is that, man? High-waisted trousers with the open shirt and the yellow. That is so good. It's such a good color palette. Such a good color palette. Picture seeing someone in that today. Timeless. It's so good. So good. Again, fantastic, right? All these guys, I seriously don't know what the hell was going on in Kingston. I don't know where they were getting such a high quantity of knits, of polos, of sweaters, of graphic tees. All of it was just too fly for the, if you consider, it's not like it's not London or Tokyo, right? It's a little city. I don't know where the stuff was coming from, but all of it is so good. Look at this. Neat, some sweet, know-how fidui, what is it? Dweet? Richie, cool tee, tucked in with a little belt, look at me, it's just good. It's a great fit. It's a really great fit. That's how people are dressing today in Brooklyn, you know what I mean? Look at this. Again, you don't teach this. You either have a feel for it or you don't. You know what I mean? Check the palettes. Burgundy, Bordeaux polo with the smoky purple beret. Are you kidding me? You got this kind of deep dark violet purple polo with the reddish pinkish. Come on, man. You're not teaching that. I'm not. I can kind of copy that, but I can't pull that out of nowhere. That's fantastic. That's too good. Again, bro. Not, you can't teach this. That is shockingly stylish. That is seriously impressive. Look at the coordination of the color palette. That is seriously good. Lime green, blue bandana. God damn. Fantastic little open polo. I'm sure Kingston in the rain is a really cool vibe. Again, fantastic. Great color palette. Yellows, blues, browns. It's so cohesive. It's so good. Don't have much to say. This is one of the best fits. Look at this. Come on, man. What? Look at that color. Look at that color purple. Right? He knows that it's looking complementary with the brown. What the hell is this? Where do you find this? You know what I mean? Where do you find this? Brown polo with the brown knit with the kind of gold motif, gold motif on the front, and he's pulling off the kind of pinch. It's too good. God damn. It's seriously fantastic, man. That is a stellar outfit. He'd be the best dressed dude on any street in any city. He looks fantastic. He looks really, really good. Imagine that with a little coat, a little kind of summer cream coat. Ooh wee. Damn. Again, right? You kind of see with the stanzas, with the poses. It's not kind of sheepish and kind of like, ooh, I'm worried about how I, It's just like, I'm good. I look good, and take a picture of me. Again, fantastic. I can think of my friends with darker complexions than me, right? Fantastic. Just sexy. It's just sexy, man. Yellow open chest, hair, beard. It's just good, and it's kind of tucked in a little bit messy, and a little belt and the trousers. It's just so good. It's so good. This was a bit more overt, but I do still appreciate it. I would tuck the bit. Actually, it's not a bad shape. I think if you're comfortable giving kind of an affected kind of it's a bit of, what would you call this? It's a bit more feminine, perhaps. A bit more feminine. But again, kind of it's like they're wearing the belt, but the belt isn't really doing any. It's cool, man. It's cool. The sleeve, show off your arms. I have good arms. I should wear more. I should wear more of these kind of things. The tee is fantastic, great colors. Bandana, hat. Good looking guy. Again, man, it's just sexy. It's just good. It's just good style. It's just good style. So I think you get the picture. Yeah, I think you get the picture. Pretty unreal. I think I've covered everything that I wanted to in this episode. Yeah. Dub Tech, which you've been hearing throughout. You have Grace Wales Bonner. Rockers movie with Bafaloukos, and then you have Reggae Quarterly, which was quite cool. You've got Beth Lesser. Appreciate you, Beth, sending me some of those pics. Very, very cool, and the style is really impressive, really sexy. And I really encourage you guys to I really encourage the chicks, whatever too, but especially the guys. I really encourage you to pick up this style, man. It's a good look, it's a good look. Because you look cool without looking like you're trying to look cool. That's what it is. It's kind of deconstructed. It's kind of disaffected. It's kind of like, I don't really care, It's all kind of hanging off the body. It's really cool. It's really cool. All these guys have a really intuitive understanding of color palette, right? When I was a little bit younger, I was always kind of trying to, okay, I think the forest green is going to look cool with kind of a pinkish. It's like, nah, bro, forest green with kind of a blue, kind of a midnight blue, right? It's giving kind of a dark forest at midnight kind of palette, right? Sunset. I'm wearing my kind of deep purple with the pink and the red, right? It's kind of complementary. It's not complementary. It's monochromatic. They're side by side, the colors, right? And yeah, so yeah. I'm saying, look into the pleated trousers and the polos and the knitwear. I'm saying any guy looks really elegant, really sexy, really hip, really cool, really cool. So that's kind of a preview of how I'm trying to dress this summer. It's a really cool look. So yeah, keep an eye out for Bonner. I'm loving the Adidas, the collaborations, the knitwear. Very cool. The Jamaican style, the lingo. It's all very fresh. It's all very cool. The dub, cool culture. So, a couple new things for you to look at. Look into dub tech, look into rockers, look into magazine, look into this kind of new, these kind of stylistic decisions, stylistic blah 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 blah. I don't know what I'm trying to say. All right, it's been great. Numero 5. It's been a pleasure, and we'll get some dub tech on the outro. It has been fantastique, and I look forward to putting up number 6.